It's the hit list, the first one of a brand new year. Welcome, everybody. Glad to see you joining us on MSI's Hit List. The hit list is something we do every second Wednesday of the month, and basically what it is we take all of the Song of the Week selectees, put them all in a big bowl, and roll them around a little bit and play them for our panel once again. Of course, we have a different panel on the hit list than we do during our normal show. We have a set panel every month with Ian, Tom, and with Robert Lindquist from the Live to Play Network. And incidentally, the Live to Play Network sponsor MSI Hitlist, making available to our hit list winner a special prize every month. And we're happy that they do that for us. So if you get a chance, check out the Live to Play Network's L2pnet.com, where you can find out about all of the music gear that you're interested in. I go there every day just to check out and see what they have to say about the gear that I've missed. And it's always good. Lots of good video content they have over there, lots of good reviews, things like that as well. So you want to make sure you go to the Live to Play Network, L2pnet.com. Check all that stuff out. Now, on today's hit list, we're doing something a little bit different than going back and getting December's hit list winners, because we took the month of December off. So what we're going to be doing today is going back into November to pull those Song of the Week selectees and find out who the hit list winner is for that month. And competing on today's broadcast are going to be Michael Tracy, Edge of Paradise, and ZWay. So it should be a fairly interesting contest. Now let's meet our panel on today's hit list. All the way from London, England, a man in a black shirt, which kind of matches his hair as well, Mr. Ian Husbands. Ian, hello, sir. How are you?
Hello. I'm feeling very English today.
Did you have your tea and crumpets?
No.
And you're not English. You just
I drink coffee. I drink coffee by the gallon load, and breakfast is generally a cigarette.
You eat lots of bacon, I can take it.
I'm not Danish.
No bacon then?
No Danish with your bacon?
No, I love a good bacon sandwich. Bacon sandwich is one reason I don't become a vegetarian.
I was reading on Google Plus today. You might like this since you're a bacon eater. If you love bacon, I know you're going to love this, but on Google Plus, someone posted a sausage stuffed jalapeno wrapped in bacon.
I don't do jalapenos to start with, but I don't get you guys. I like bacon in a fry-up, bacon in a sandwich, but you guys seem to have taken it to a new level over there.
You wrap
because you look on these,
Twinkies in bacon and deep fry them.
Bacon chocolate.
Yeah.
Bacon peanut butter.
Mm-hmm. Bacon coffee.
Bacon shower gel.
Bacon underarm deodorant.
Yeah, bacon coffee. Bacon and bacon awesome. Makeup. I don't know what you guys are up to, but maybe you've got an excess of pigs over there. I don't know.
We're living the dream, brother. Living the dream.
You know, I like these things, but you seem to have taken it a little bit too far.
Well, if you don't have bacon, you're just not living right.
Okay.
All right.
If you say so.
All right. Well,
you guys are obviously the experts on bacon, not I. It's got to be crispy though.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. All right, Ian. Enough about bacon. How you been? Things going well? Christmas going well for you?
Christmas was good. Christmas was quite relaxed. Spent some time with the family. Otherwise, I'm absolutely really busy. Lots going on, lots of video work, working on the Save Me video for Ian Blackwood, whose T-shirt I'm wearing today. This is his Artist Life T-shirt.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. But yeah, working on a video for him, which is all Lego stop motion. And it's gone from being kind of a music video to almost a full-blown Western movie.
I was going to say, I saw the preview, and it looked like a movie.
Yeah, that's kind of the tact we've taken with it. We've got some sponsorship from Firestar Toys, who are one of the largest distributors of Lego minifigures in the world, besides Lego, via their website. And they've supplied all the Lego for us, and they've given us some great sets from the Lone Ranger series.
Sweet.
So we've got trains, and we've got stagecoaches, and we've got banks and sheriff offices, and lots of outlaws running around with tied up band members who Ian goes on to save.
Well, that's going to be fun.
The name of the track, Save Me. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Good. I'm looking forward to it, and I know everyone else will be as well. Of course, you'll keep us up to date and let us know when it's out, right?
I will do. And also, check out a band called Zipper Tongue if you get a chance. I've just finished their album sleeve for them, Above All Noise. And there's some friends of mine, a Scottish guitar virtuoso who's actually appeared on MSI, Nick Andrew.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I remember Nick.
So his band have just released their album with my artwork on, so that's been a lot of fun too. Very busy, very busy.
Excellent. Well, busy is good, keeps you off the street corner.
Something's got to.
I know. Well, it is what it is. And, of course, from New York City, the always perky and cheery Mr. Tom Chianti. Hey, Tommy. Somebody needs to wake Tommy up.
Oh, well, I mean, we're just, by the time, I didn't know we were even going to get to me. I mean, Ian's life is so full.
He's busy. He's busy.
Busy man, what can I say, Tom?
I know, and I'm very glad that he's doing this multi-layered Lego production. How do you like that? Multi-layered Lego production.
That's a tongue twister.
I can say it.
Well, you're good then.
Yeah, I've got enough blood.
So, things going well for you? How was Christmas in New York?
Unfortunately, I mean, it's always a great holiday, Christmas and New Year's, and I had some friends visit. But I spent like the past 2 weeks really fighting off a stomach flu or something. So I've been indisposed and
polar vortex.
What?
It's the polar vortex.
The polar vortex.
It's got you down. That big cold front that swept through and brought all the temperatures down and dumped all the snow all over you guys. And
well, I have quite a different front dumping on me.
Sorry?
No. We don't want to go into detail on this one. Don't push it, Ian. All right.
Please, Ian.
So did the weather treat you all right in New York there in the city? Is it okay?
We're like at 5, 4, and it gets down to minus teens, and like the town's really gotten really shut down and quiet, which is cool. Because, the way I was feeling, the studio got cold, and usually it never gets cold. I have to keep the AC on. But it's been really chilly.
But, a cool studio is something you can get a lot of work in, right? I mean, you can actually get some work done without having to worry about the air conditioning making noise over your microphones or stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, I recorded a ton of vocals. Alana and I are working on a new song, so, we did manage, in between my bend-over bouts, as I call them, we did manage to do some work.
Again, don't ask him about details on this. Just go with it, all right?
Being dumped on bend-over bouts, so I'm getting really concerned.
No, we don't want to know. I promise you we don't want to know. Right, Tom? We don't want to know.
I won't tell.
Okay. All right. And, of course, Mr. Robert Lindquist joins us from the Live to Play Network. Robert, you're actually in upstate New York. How did you guys fare over the bout with the polar vortex?
Oh, it was cold. That was it. It was cold. We didn't go outside yesterday. Stayed inside and just try to stay away from it. That's all you can do. But, I was listening to Ian talking about these video adventures, and I kind of zoned out there for a second. The theme, the MSI theme, that is really cool. I think that he should be working on kind of a James Bond thing, using that theme. He's running down the street. Bad guys are chasing him. Scantily clad women all over the place. And he's got like his video camera. Whenever anybody gets too close, he takes a few shots. And then he takes it back to his nest there and
I couldn't
edits
agree
it.
more.
I don't know.
I couldn't agree more. I've been trying to get these guys to do a new video intro for the show. And,
that's a great theme. I love that theme.
I think it's great. Ian wrote that theme, and he did a heck of a job on it. And I've
been
with
James Bond.
With credit to Kevin Stead, who is a guitarist I work with, who done the lead guitar on that.
Well, let's wrap that into a video. I want to see something that's 007 quality. And
our problem is we can't get Tom to slide across the hood of a police car. He simply won't do it.
He doesn't like police.
He thinks he'll get arrested if he slides across the hood of a police car. And, I've told him, I said, all you have to do is ask for permission very nicely. Excuse me, officer, but would you mind if I slide across the hood of your cop car?
Oh, I'm sure in New York City they'd be more than willing to do that.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Excuse me, officer, would you give me a push, please?
Help me up.
Speaking of New York City Police, I have to share a piece of trivia before we get moving on here.
Okay.
Before too long, the Spider-Man 2 movie will be coming out. I think it comes out in the spring. And there's a whole lot of action shots in there that are taken with the New York City police cars flying through the city and their explosions and all kinds of shootouts and everything. And those all took place in Rochester.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they shot that whole thing up here. A good chunk of it they shot downtown. And if you go to YouTube, there were a lot of people in office buildings that day just kind of watching what was going on and putting up stuff on YouTube.
Now, my question is, maybe you can answer to this, Robert, is why did they shoot it in Rochester? Is it less expensive to shoot in Rochester, or is Rochester more of an authentic New York City set than what New York City is?
Well, no, I think it's because we do have a new film department opened up here a few years ago for the city government, and they've been really pushing to get more film crews to come here. And, when you consider what it costs, they must have brought in, I don't know where all these New York NYPD police cars came from, but they had to bring them from someplace, or they decaled them here or whatever.
Wow.
But, there was a lot of props, a lot of stuff that they had to bring in. But, yeah, I think it's probably easier when you're shooting downtown to close off Rochester than it would be, Manhattan.
There is that. There is that. Unless, of course, you're in Times Square.
Right.
So tell me, Robert, what's been going on with you? What's been going on with the Live to Play Network? How are things going? Did you get a lot of snow up in your Rochester in that direction?
We did have before Christmas. We had enough that we could go snowshoeing, and then this has been a weird year where it's been getting it gets snow, then it gets real cold like yesterday and today, and then by the end of the week it's going to be raining and back up in the 40s again. So it's it's just New York weather. You just never quite know what to expect. As far as Live to Play goes, and I appreciate the nice plug you gave us there at the onset of the program. Things are cruising along just fine. We've got the Winter NAMM show coming up. So next month I'll have a few things. I know you always like to know about the latest gear. So next month I'll have a few things to share with you. And
now, if you talk to the guys over at Presonus or at Mackie or at Behringer, talk to those guys, put in a good word for me, and have them send me, ask them to send me a mixer to review. I'd love to, I'm just a slug that way.
Because we're working with all three of those companies right now, and in fact, I'm going over to the Behringer. Behringer just opened a new factory over in China, and I've been invited to go over there on a press tour in the end of February. So that'll give me something to talk about in March.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Going to China,
Hong Kong,
Beijing.
Yep, in that area somewhere.
Wow.
Seoul.
No, not
So
that
I'm looking
area,
forward
Tom.
to that. Yep.
All right. So, Live to Play Network it sounds like it's gearing up. And of course, this is the time of year to do that. With the Winter NAMM coming on, it's going to be a very, very, very busy time for you guys, it sounds like.
Yeah, we've got it, it will be pretty busy for the next couple of months. Of course, the CES show is on right now out in Las Vegas.
And not too long from now, you've got, South by Southwest coming back around.
Yeah, that's in March, I believe. Right, in March.
Well, I certainly hope that they let you travel a lot. I guess you like to travel, right?
Well, I used to travel about once a month, and I don't. Now it's about 3 or 4 times a year, and that's just fine. I'm not a big fan of going through the airport checkout stuff and being crunched on a plane in between two people I don't know that may or may not smell funny, and it's. So, it isn't what it used to be back in the day when you got on the plane. They gave you a hot meal. There was a couple of open seats next year. You could throw your bag there and catch a nice snooze. Those days are gone.
Oh, no, I
smoke.
definitely agree.
You can smoke as well.
And smoke, yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Now, of course, you could always pull the John Madden and have him give you an RV so you can travel around the country that way. Might be a little hard to get to China, but,
Don't you just sort of turn around and go, don't you know who I am? Give me first class.
Yeah, that'll get me there real quick. I bet that'll get me landed in the TSA booth. So
they do have comfortable chairs in the TSA booth. I got to say.
Oh, you've been there too. Okay.
As long as you're going to be there, they better have comfortable chairs.
Every
right?
journey Rich takes, he's hauled aside.
It's not as surprising as it might sound, but it's closer to true. All right, let's see. We do have the 3 songs to take a listen to today, gentlemen. I know that most of you have probably heard them before. I think Robert may not have, but that's okay. That's why we do this broadcast. And Robert can, from our playback page in the underground bunker. That's where we keep Robert, by the way, is the underground bunker. He can take a listen to the songs there on the hi-fi provided.
I wonder what the tapping was.
Well, the problem is I keep asking you to send them to me on vinyl records, and you never do. So,
that's not as odd as it may sound. I was reading a piece earlier today about podcasters, and the piece was labeled "Podcasters Released Your next show on vinyl." And apparently, there's a company that does that. We'll take whatever you send them, put it on vinyl, and send it back to you.
Wow. How 1920s is that?
I was going to say, it's like the Edison wax recorder or something.
Yeah, but think of the sampling that a guy could do off of that vinyl if he knew what he was doing with the old scratching and stuff like that.
Especially with our show.
That's what I mean. That would be fantastic. We've got to put an MSI on vinyl.
I mean,
get DJs to remix it.
And we just put the best of MSI on vinyl. Tommy saying, I have a big head. Me saying I ain't that kind of preacher. You sitting back there lighting up cigarettes and popping tabs off Coke cans.
And drinking Jack Daniels.
Yeah, there
drinking
you go.
Jack Daniels. Drinking Jack Daniels. You see what you could do.
It would be funny. It would be funny. But on to more serious stuff right now. We're going to take a listen to our first of 3 in today's hit list. We're going to listen to ZWay and that track called Please. So here it is. This is Please by ZWay, the first of 3 on today's hit list. Here it is, everyone. Enjoy.
Be
that was it. Song number 1 on the hit list today, ZWay and Please. And over to Robert. I want to hear what he thinks about this particular track first before we hear what Ian and Tommy have to say about it. Robert, what do you think about ZWay and Please?
I liked a lot of things about that track, Rich. First of all, I really like the rhythm, the drum in the background was very, very almost hypnotic, and that the vocal again, it goes back to that sort of '80s kind of semi-thrashy sort of vocal sound. So, yeah, I like that. I think they did a really good job on it. I think it was a good track.
All right, well, there you have it. And Tommy, what about you? What are your thoughts after hearing ZWay a second time?
I think I really like the vocal treatment, and if I remember from the first time I heard it, it's very well produced. Again, my only problem with it was the acoustic guitar and the funk guitars. They cut really nice, and I really liked the sound, but they were just a little over the top, and just a little too loud. But outside of that, downright good production all the way, and I like it as much now as I did, even more from when I've heard it the first time.
All right, very cool. Over to Ian. Ian, same question over to you.
Do you know what? I honestly don't remember this song.
Really?
Really don't remember. It's not one that's stayed with me at all. Generally, doing these shows, I know we've had a month off and I've slept since then, but I generally remember these things. Once you hear a song, it sticks in your brain. Don't remember this at all. So it was like listening to it with fresh ears again. I agree with Tom. There were some vocal inconsistencies in there where those guitars were just a little bit too much for the vocal that was singing at the time. But yeah, it holds down a good groove. Love the bass tone. Really love the bass tone a lot. And quite a raw production from the point of view of effects and stuff like that. But I like that, and I think that suits this song. It's got that kind of sort of it's almost got a Dave Matthews groove to it, and I like that.
All right. Well, there you have that. That is song number 1 again. That was ZWay and his track Please from the 3rd of November when Ben Draymond was our guest panelist on the broadcast. Of course, on MSI, we'll listen to anybody's song. If they want to send it in to us, you can do that. Go to MusicSceneInvestigation.com, hit the Submit a Song link at the top of the page. All you have to do is sign up. That's quick and easy. Then you can submit any song that you would like, as long as, of course, it's yours, it's original, and it's an MP3 under 5 minutes. The rules are right there on the screen. You can read them for yourself. It's pretty easy to do. All right, guys and gals, song number 2 coming your way. It's called The Edge of Paradise. Actually, that's the band's name, Edge of Paradise. The name of the song is In a Dream. This is from the 10th of November, and Susie Chase was our guest panelist on the broadcast at that time. So let's take a listen to that track and get your guys' thoughts on it after this. Here it is, track number 2, Edge of Paradise, In a Dream, on Music Scene Investigation's Hit List.
I feel the realm of mist and dew. It's hovering around me.
Now that was In a Dream by Edge of Paradise on the hit list this time around. And Tommy, I'm going to make you wake up.
Yeah, I'm awake. I was just thinking, what a shame.
What a shame. Well, tell me what's a shame and tell me what you think about Edge
I think
of
it's a
Paradise.
great track. I think it's very evanescent. I think that girl's got a great voice, and I think the engineer should be congratulated on getting the Sylvester effect down very much on her vocal with overcompression and de-essing and everything. It's just very bad vocal treatment, and it's a shame because it's a great song, and the singer's obviously got chops. There's a lot of playing, well done there. That vocal, just the way they treated it was just terrible. I remember this, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you might remember it. Ian, what did you think of this track?
Well, Ian, what do you think?
I try not to. No, I like this track. I remember commenting on the day that I really like the drummer, and then I found out why. It's a guy called Greg Bissonette who played with Dave Lee Roth, to name many a name, and the bass player was also a guy called Tony Franklin from The Firm, if you remember The Firm. Yeah. So this has got a few pros sitting behind it, with a mix done by Michael Wagner and produced by Grammy-winning producer Bob Kulick, who's worked with people like Kiss and Motorhead and stuff like that. So yeah, this is a pretty pro job. And yeah, I agree with Tom though. I do. I think they could have treated that girl's vocal differently. She's got a fantastic voice. I'd have liked to hear it a bit more open. Maybe it's down to compression when it's come to MP3 or something like that. But yeah, I would like to hear a bit more open vocal. But otherwise, the guitars sound great, the drums sound great. It sounds great besides those vocals.
It's a great production. It's done very well. And that's why I said it's a shame. And now that you mentioned the talented people there, I'm just, this girl probably, pulled in lots of favors to have the track done. And or the band, and they just didn't treat it seriously, and I hate when that happens, which is why I'm making a point of it.
Yeah,
makes sense to me, Tom. I agree with you. Robert, what do you think about Edge of Paradise and In a Dream?
Well, I love the vocal, but I have to agree with Tommy on that. I think it seems to be a little bit lost in there. Almost sounds like it's being played through an AM radio because it's just so compressed. But I think there's a lot of the song itself. There's a lot going on. It's very interesting. There's a lot of dynamics, some wonderful guitar work in there. It certainly kept my interest. And I'm probably I'm not the studio guy that Tom is. So for me, I can overlook some of that because I think it was just a very strong song overall, and it seemed very commercial.
All right. Well, that makes sense. And I got to let you know, your Skype is breaking up a little bit, but we're understanding exactly what you're saying, though. I just want to let you know that ahead of time.
It's the polar vortex.
Okay,
it probably is.
Here during the next song.
It's global warming. The polar vortex has got a hold of your Skype line. I don't know why, but that's what's happening. All right,
Jack Frost strangling him.
It might be. It might be. We have one more song to listen to, though. We do have track number 3 from Michael Tracy called Fashion and Fame that we want to take a listen to next. So let's go ahead and do that. This is track number 3 from November the 24th when Dave Bryce was in the guest chair on the broadcast. Here it is, Fashion and Fame by Michael Tracy on Music Scene Investigations Hit List.
Set out with fiery eyes, would not Why you chose a cliche knife? Now you run and hide from yourself. Now you got a West Coast mansion, pad in Manhattan, parties on Malibu. Drink with politicians, blind to their ambitions. I see the forest trees and you. Run with the devil, call yourself a rebel, a true artist without truth. How much did you pay for fashion? Fashion and fame. Fashion and West Coast mansion, pad in Manhattan, parties on Malibu. Drink with politicians, blind to their ambitions. I see the forest trees and you. Run with the devil, call yourself a rebel, a true artist without truth. How much did you pay for fashion? How many hearts did you break for fashion? Fashion and fame. Fashion and fame.
That's Fashion and Fame, number 3 on today's hit list from Michael Tracy. We're going to find out what Ian thinks this time around. Ian, what do you think about Michael Tracy's Fashion and Fame?
As a song, I really like this. There's a lot going on. There's some nice vocals going on. Good hook. Good movement between the sort of verse and the bridge and the choruses. Yeah, it's well structured. It's got a good. It's catchy, and I like. It's a poppy rock song, and I like that. I think I said before. It's got reminiscent of a bit of Rob Thomas to me. My only problem is it seems to be all bass and drums. The guitars and the vocals could do with coming up or take the drums and bass down a touch. Either way. But definitely the bass and the drums, which sounded great, but they were just a little bit too predominant in the mix for me.
All right, fair enough. And Tommy, how about you? Fashion and Fame, that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, I like the concept. I really like the mix was, it was okay. There's nothing garish about it as with the other one. And I like that, especially that little space part where it's just the instruments going on and stuff. Would give you 5-second reprieve to space and gather your thoughts, which I did. I just I think it's radio friendly and I like it. That's it.
All right, cool enough. All right, Robert, what about you? Your thoughts on Michael Tracy's Fashion and Fame?
Well, of the 3 songs we've had tonight, it's certainly the most danceable one. There's no doubt about that.
Will you boo you?
And I think it's, and again, being the last one to comment, I have to go along with Ian and Tom on a lot of that. It seemed to me that the vocals on this one seemed kind of distant. I don't know, maybe it's just what I'm listening on, but it was kind of like they were buried a little bit behind the constant drum and guitar. Lyrically, I'm not quite sure where it was going, but it was, it was an interesting song, and it's certainly not a bad song by any means.
All right, very cool. And
it was a cheap reverb. I can't say it. Stop me.
Cheap reverb, that was it?
Yes, I tried to get away without criticizing the mix for once, but I couldn't do it.
Okay, thanks for mentioning that, because there was something that wasn't right there, you know.
All right, well, there you have it. Tommy let it out of the bag. The secrets are free at last. All right, so on today's broadcast, we heard ZWay's Please. We heard Edge of Paradise's In a Dream and Michael Tracy's Fashion and Fame. And as we always do on the hit list, I'm going to turn it over to you three to let you guys decide who's going to be the winner of the Band of the Month title on the hit list this month. Gentlemen? It's a tough choice, I think.
Well, they're all great songs, and I would have gone for number 2 right off the bat, which really upsets me because it's just not presentable in that form. Because I liked everything about it, I'll go with number 1. Number 3 is great, don't get me wrong, and I'm not taking points away for the cheap reverb as they belted out there. I just think as far as listenable and what will get around in college radio and pop radio, I even though it's a redo of something done earlier, I'd still go with number 1.
All right, so number 1 for Tommy, a vote for ZWay. Ian and Robert, what do you think?
Ian, you want to go first? You want me to?
No, you take this one, Robert.
No, I would
Okay.
never ask him
say.
that because he's a coward. He'll just stand behind the mic and say, "No, step in front of the bus. Go ahead."
I'm sitting down.
The most polished, most radio friendly, most retail friendly of the 3 tracks is the first one.
Oh, wow, okay. That surprises me.
Surprises
That's
me as
my
well.
opinion, my humble
Sure,
opinion. Nothing to take away from the other 2. The other 2 are exceptional as well, but I think, judging it just from the standpoint of what one would, if you were in a record store, remember what those were, if you remember what record stores were, and the song came on, it's the kind of song that you might go right over and ask the clerk, what is that, and buy it.
All right, fair enough. I think that's great. Ian, you're the last man standing.
Well, it doesn't really matter what I've got to say, does it? I mean, do you know what? I don't remember number 1, and it still hasn't really stuck in my head.
You didn't remember it to begin with.
No, from that point of view, it hasn't struck a chord with me. Fashion and Fame has. As a song, I agree, those vocals are an issue. Number 2, I like it's the sort of music I'd listen to, but I don't know. I think Fashion and Fame, from point of view of hot hook and songwriting and the catchiness of it, it's radio friendly, it would work. I think that would be what I would have gone for if you guys hadn't decided before me already. So,
All right, well, that makes perfect sense to me as well. Even though I don't have a dog in this fight, I would have gone for number 3 myself.
you don't even have a dog.
I actually, there are 2 dogs here, but that doesn't matter. The fact is that it makes no difference anyway because ZWay takes the hit list title with his track Please. So congratulations go out to ZWay, and I'm sure you'll be hearing from Ian very soon with notification to you amongst where to send the prize from the Live to Play network, as well as get your information out to our partners over at Butterflies Radio, or Worldwide Indie Radio as they're now known as, and the Indie Music Bus for promotional content that they put out and do. So hopefully you'll hear from them as well. Now, gentlemen, of course, we want to do this again next month, so I certainly hope you'll come back with us and do it again. Robert,
Please.
I certainly hope you don't have to dig out of too much snow here this next week. I think it's supposed to start snowing again, isn't it?
No, we got a little bit of a break here for the next 7 to 10 days. Looks like, 40 degrees. It's summer,
Wow. I know we're supposed to be getting some more snow here where I'm at in Illinois, and normally I just send it up your and Tommy's way after I'm done with it.
Typically, we get it the day or 2 after you do, yeah.
So,
At least you could wash it, Rich.
yeah, like that's going to happen.
It's a bit wet here.
I'll send it to Ian. Ian can wash it, and then he'll send it over to you guys. How's that?
Do you know what? Do you know,
works.
do me a favour, send 2 foot of snow, just do it overnight so I'm in bed when it happens and I have to work from home.
He wants us to overnight it.
Yeah, that's expensive. Overnighting snow is not as cheap as what it used to be, you know.
Look, UPS, something like that, I'm sure you can get a good deal these days.
Yeah, it'd be horribly expensive. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. We'll see what happens. Anyway,
I know
thanks.
about 2 foot. No more.
2 foot, no more. All right, we'll see what happens. Thanks for being with us, everybody. This hit list will happen again the next month on the second Wednesday of February, so please join us then. We'll have 4 new songs to put on the hit list, and we loved having you. Loved it. If you enjoyed watching the show, please let us know in the comments of the show or over on iTunes where you can download the video or the